I have no idea what I am doing right now. Jeepers. So I can't hear myself. I wonder if I could actually... You guys are going to experience the most boring part of the show because I have no idea what I'm doing. The goal is to live debate Jaclyn, Glenn, and Joyce Sparkles, but unfortunately I'm an amateur. And I'm struggling, so I'm terribly sorry. Hold on. Learn more. Next. Oh my gosh. Hello? Okay, so, yeah, I see 0 guests. So, okay. Okay, so they know what to do. Okay, yeah, okay, I'll just text Jaclyn now. Thanks, boo. Bye. You are not Jaclyn Glenn in person. Gotta text Jaclyn real quick. Fuck it, I'll just call her. She wouldn't answer. Wouldn't that be funny if she didn't answer? She's like, ew, cringy. Never mind, I'll just text her. You now. I will guest you. I would show you guys what I just texted her, but she doesn't like me showing people what I wrote, so I'll just tell you what I wrote. I said 1 moment, and then go on YouNow, I will guest you. I know, revealing. So I still can't hear myself. I don't know how to link this broadcast. I'm gonna just link LaneyBot, because I don't have a YouNow set up. I don't like YouNow per se. I'm logged into her Twitter too. Laney, why? All right, logging out. Narrating everything I do. Because broadcasting is a nervous thing where you risk not entertaining people. And then they leave. And then you feel rejected. 814-119. Should I have said that out loud? Can you imagine if I just said, like, this is my password? Okay, so she tweeted it. I will retweet. Live debate. Woo. Alright, so unfortunately I still don't have any audio. That's what sucks. Maybe I can have Jack Gore. Jesus. If only I had a smart person to call me on the phone and tell me how to hear myself talk. That would be great. Oh wait, maybe you guys can just like tell me. I know, someone said I thought you hated YouNow. This is not about YouNow. This is because YouTube no longer has like live Google Hangouts, and I spent like a half hour to figure that out. And I figured it out, and I was like, oh my god, what am I doing? I'm a goof. You know, like, I said I wanted to do this thing, and there's not even a live Hangout thing anymore. I have to download an encoder, and when I download the encoder, I don't know how to even start people being guests, etc., etc. Cool. Hey, how do I hear myself? Should I just plug in my phone? I need to hear myself. I'm in love with the sound of my voice. I'm just gonna pull the app up on my phone and then plug my headphones into it. Oh wait, I have an iPhone 7. Damn it. Well, just hold one eye closed and you'll still have 20 vision in one eye. Okay. Love you. Bye. All right, let's call Jaclyn Glenn because she's supposed to be here and she's not. Maybe, I mean, it is short notice. Oh, she's saying, I'm there. Are you live? I'm on LaneyBot. Jaclyn's like, I can't find you. And it's like, dude, I tweeted it. Yeah, there you go. Alrighty, so lettuce and tomatoes. You thought I was gonna say let us do something, right? No, lettuce and tomatoes. I already have 3,000 likes. You know, I'm like so famous that my mom is jealous. It's like a terrible example. Okay, so let's do this. Where's Jaclyn Glenn? Come on, Jaclyn Glenn. And Stevie Gore, too. You better get... Why did I say Stevie Gore? What's her face? Joy Sparkles. Wow. I just like to have haters bouncing around my head and their names randomly come forward. But no, I should probably tell her to guess as well, because I don't want to drag this out. I want to take care of both of them. Okay, so Ladybot, YouNow. Please guest yourself. Go guest yourself. It's the new go F yourself. And she knows. Okay, so Joy Sparkles knows to be here, and Jaclyn Glenn knows to be here. So, I mean, that's like zero excuse, right? Because, like, Jaclyn Glenn, she says she's on it. Jaclyn Glenn should be here any minute. I mean, how hard is YouNow, right? Jaclyn Glenn does YouNow all the time. She should be here. Why isn't Jaclyn Glenn here yet? Hello? She's not. Wait, does she look? I see Jamie D, Faith C, Emma H, Jack Gore, Pierced Angel, Karen S, MCR is not dead, I agree, and River Horde. So I just don't see her anywhere. It might take a second to show up. I have scrolled. I've scrolled through that whole list just now. I don't see any Jaclyn Glenn. Just joined. Maybe if I do just joined. Nope, not there. Alphabetical, that might help. Her name should just be Jaclyn Glenn, right? Okay. Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, later. Bye. Joy Sparkles lighting up my DMs. Alright, fine. This is having so many guests and none of you guys are legit. Like, none of you guys are supposed to be here. I'm supposed to see Jaclyn, and I don't see Jaclyn anywhere. I wish I could, like, show you guys Jaclyn not being in the list. Because, you know, it always turns into a conspiracy theory if something doesn't work out. It's like, oh, ONISION plotted this whole thing. No, I didn't. Alright, so I'm going to search for, wait, Command F, Jaclyn. I don't see it anywhere. I see Jaclyn, like, text showing up. Jaclyn, if you're watching, please say stuff a lot so I can, like, guest you. Like, just, you know, spam, spam, spam. Come on. Come on. Oh, I'm going all OJ over here. I got applause from Nessus. That's sweet. Jaclyn, spam, where are you? I'm pretty sure nobody blocked you. That would be awkward if someone blocked you. Where is the Jaclyn? Come on, Jack. I'm tired of talking to myself. I'm not that in love with myself that I just want to talk to myself on YouNow. It's really weird. Jaclyn, come on. Seriously, where are you? There's an audience button. Are they there? Ooh, I can find her on the audience, right? Let's try to find it there. And it's alphabetical. Is it alphabetical? Ah, I found you. I got you. Got you. I found her on the alphabetical. Now I'm inviting her. What? Hopefully I can actually hear her, though. That would be really awkward if I couldn't. Then it would be like, I'd have to put it on this, but this has no headphones. So it would like, oh, I can actually hear it.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
So here, this is my computer, and it's like totally cool. So I'm here finally. Jesus Christ. So
you are as laggy as it gets.
Yeah.
This is going to be awful. Is it good now? Why am I asking you? You should talk. Talk. Say things.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're like laggy as F. How about this? How about this?
Why? I can't.
Because you're laggy as heck, why don't
Is it working now?
no, it's like the worst thing since, like, you know, AIDS.
I can hear you.
Of course you can, because I have a good connection.
I have a good connection. So this should work.
Yeah?
I can try to get on my computer.
We should give it a sec. Are you on your phone?
I used my phone because my computer, like, it was like not allowing me to enter the guest queue on my computer, so I decided to say fuck it and just go on my phone.
No. I got you, though. Go back to your computer, please. Oh, she just left? That was fast. Smart check. Just like, on it. All right. So I got her pinned right here as number 59. I don't know what that means. Number 59, is that like the most popular? Oh, is that the most popular? They rank these people by popularity? Is that what defines us as human beings? I'm such an idiot. Okay, so now there's 2 Jaclyn Glyns. Which one do I invite? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm gonna invite the bottom one. Let's see if that works. And it says, it's funny, it says Jaclyn Glynn has been my fan since 5/13/2017. That's not even a date yet. That makes no sense. It's your fan since 5/13/2017. Future! That's just a sign that Jaclyn Glynn will one day be my fan. Okay, so I think that was wrong Jaclyn Glynn I just invited. So we'll try this Jaclyn Glynn. Now it should work, right? Because I did the top the second time. For some reason, I have this thing where I get...
Yes.
And now you're clear.
Working?
Yeah, it's better.
I guess you had to invite me, because every time I tried to add myself, it was, like, glitching really badly, so...
Okay, first up...
It's clear?
Okay, first up...
okay, thank God. Okay. That was very frustrating.
I could hear myself in the background. Can you do headphones or something?
Yeah, hold on.
Noob.
Is it better?
I can hear myself in the background. Noob!
I do this all the time, and there's never an echo, so here we go.
Okay, maybe I'm the noob.
Good?
I have to talk to find out.
There we go.
And
Can you hear me? Because I have a microphone attached to this, so...
Yeah, I can't hear anything in the... I mean, I can hear you.
Okay,
and not myself.
Perfect. Great, okay. So, finally working. Great. Awesome.
Okay, first off, can you explain your relationship with Joy Sparkles? I don't watch either of you guys' videos on me as I don't know.
I don't have a relationship with her. Actually, I only found out about her because of the video that you made mentioning the 3 of us. That was the first that I had heard of her channel. So, yeah.
Okay. Also, just want to establish something people do online is they take like a small difference between people and they blow that up so it seems like people are polar opposite. And I just want to learn something about you real quick. Your stance on abortion.
I am pro-choice.
Okay, me too. Your political stance. What political party are you in?
I'm very liberal.
Okay, so you voted for Clinton?
I did.
Okay, me too. How about religion?
We're both atheists, and I mean, I've said this in a lot of different videos, that we both have a lot in common on those things.
We are not both atheists.
Okay, well then you're super religious. Well, every time I've seen a video on you, then you've been very not religious, so we pretty much agree. You've made a lot of videos on atheism.
I can literally hear myself again in the background. How is that possible?
You must have another tab open because I've got headphones in.
Nah, it's in my headphones. And it's not because of a tab or anything. But no, in my videos about religion, I'm saying things to the dramatic. and it makes me seem like I'm an atheist, but really there could very well be a God because there's no evidence either way. So to say with certainty that there is or is not a God, I mean, that doesn't seem rational. It doesn't seem even scientific.
I've said, no, that's different. Like that's you're talking about being an agnostic. I've said that I'm an agnostic atheist. They're two totally different things because agnostic refers to knowledge, because the word gnostic, the root of that word is gnostic, which means knowledge. So to be agnostic is to not have knowledge, but it doesn't have anything to do with belief. So if you say you're an atheist, you're someone who has no knowledge and therefore no belief. So they're different, but I can see how someone would just say that they're agnostic, but I say that I am both of those things because it's intellectually dishonest to say that you know for certain that there isn't. So yeah, we agree again. I mean, I've always said that we don't disagree on everything, which is why I found it really unfortunate that we have found ourselves in a situation where it can't be a combined force for, a mutually beneficial purpose, which could be.
Well, I mean, how many hate videos have I made about you?
A few. Or like little jabs here and there about like relationship stuff and other videos. And like also,
don't be vague. Don't be vague. Be specific.
You've made speculations about my relationship with Dave in previous videos that people tweeted at me, and that's the only reason why I saw it. You've talked about me and Richie. You talked about
that's vague. That's vague. That's vague. That's vague again.
I don't have your videos mapped out. I'm just saying that this is a thing that's been happening, and we never had an issue. We never had any kind of issue. Like actually, like we would retweet each other. We were on good terms, and there was never any problem until I like met Richie, and it wasn't even that we became like close friends right away or anything because I tweeted one photo with him. I tweeted one photo, and that's all it took for you to completely, like, you tweeted private text conversations that we had, which really pissed me off, and, like, totally turned on me.
Oh,
you tweeted private text.
Why do you have...
Sorry, go ahead.
I think we should start taking turns talking, because I keep interrupting.
Why do I have a fear of you tweeting my texts? I feel like that's what you're going to say. Why do I care that you would do that? Because if I had something to hide, because it's personal, and if I had something to hide, like let's say you're like, hey, Jaclyn, I would like to tweet this. And then I'm like, no, I don't want you to. That's different, but you can't like assume things and take conversations that you have in private with people and post them on the internet without getting permission. I mean, you can, obviously you have, because you've done it multiple times, but it's not right. If you want to have a public conversation, then this is the perfect forum for it, where you can have an audience. It's live.
That's weird to me, though.
It's weird that people have a problem with you texting private conversation.
Like for instance, when somebody says the N-word privately, and then they get that leaked, like they're all mad about it. But like, what if we lived in a society where everyone knew the private conversations that people had with, like?
So you don't believe in privacy at all.
I'm talking about public figures.
Public figures can have private conversations? Like, that at some point can become illegal.
I like what you're saying because you are establishing a really good point. But my position is people know who I am. And they know that from the very beginning. I've always, people have leaked private conversations that I've had, and I've leaked private conversations that other people have had. And I've never been like, why did you... Actually, I probably have at one point. I probably said something like, oh, you shared private stuff. But over time, I just got numb to it, no doubt. Like, I may or may not have been upset at a leak or something. But, like, I've gotten to the point where I just kind of, like, embrace it. Because so long as you're not saying anything that makes you look bad, then, I don't understand the fear.
The messages that you tweeted that I had sent to you, it wasn't the content that you tweeted. It was the fact that I wasn't asked, and it was a violation of privacy that was my issue. I didn't say anything to you because I'm not stupid. I would even if I trusted you completely, I wouldn't tweet things that were private. Is it frozen for just me? Is Greg frozen or am I frozen? Because he's not moving and I can't tell if it's just me or him. I can see him and I can see the comments, but I cannot tell if I am the one frozen or if am I like, Greg is frozen. Okay. So maybe the connection wasn't on my end, the issues. That's unfortunate. I really wish that this could be like done almost in person and streamed from one device, because whenever you're using two different internet connections and it's something that has this much volume and traffic, it can crash. So I don't know. Should I go? I mean, so far, so good.
I will text her again, asking her to come back. Yes. Join again, please. Jaclyn, Glenn, join again, please. Would you join my live stream? And then we can talk to Joy Sparkles and hopefully get this BS out of the way. While we wait for Jaclyn to join again, I'm going to tweet that everything's going to be alright. Everything's going to be okay. I'm such a good singer. Why the fuck did you tweet that? That don't make no goddamn sense. Okay, so I'm getting applause. Is it because I'm such an amazing singer? Everybody give me an applause if I'm an amazing singer. And if I'm not an amazing singer, I never want to see you in for the rest of our time on Earth. It's the Donald Trump way. If you don't like me, it's fake news. That wasn't a retarded, overused joke. Let's do this. Where is Jaclyn? Jaclyn, like, went on a walk. Here's Rag Reynolds. Always nice to see Rag Reynolds is something I would say 1 out of 30 days of the month. Technically, I didn't do anything mean, but if you think about tone, that was mean. Alright, so... Oh, there's Jaclyn! Oh my god, make a guest! Let's do this! Hi.
Is it working?
I'm gonna blame it on you and say that's 100% your fault and I'm awesome.
Sure. that can be a clip taken out of context for future use.
Context is a fishy thing. Sometimes the context is like not fair, but a lot of times people are like, that was taken out of context, and then you expand it and it doesn't make it look better. I'm talking about political stuff and whatnot. Anyway.
Right.
We were talking about something.
We were talking about how privacy doesn't matter.
That is a misrepresentation of what our actual conversation was.
Well, I feel like what you were saying is because you don't have a problem with it, you feel that everyone else should also not have a problem with that.
What we were exactly discussing was texts and how I don't think that as a public figure that my texts are something that I should be afraid of being exposed to the public. Nowhere did I say privacy doesn't matter. Obviously, when I take a bathroom break, you know, I want my privacy.
I feel like, you know, public things that you do, YouTube videos, tweets, photos that are posted, things of that nature that are made public intentionally are totally up for scrutiny from whoever wants to do so. But text messages to a person that haven't been, like, okayed for posting publicly, I feel like that is a violation of privacy. Maybe you don't feel that way, but I, understand that not everyone agrees.
Well, I authentically apologize to you for the whole being upset over you associating with social repose. Like, I did apologize. You know that. And that was the whole reason I texted you
so that's
so long ago.
Specifically. Right, I know. And you know,
and the reason I got upset in the first place was just because I was so overwhelmed with the information that I learned about social repose, and I was disgusted, and I didn't want anyone I associated with to associate. Well, not gossip.
I know.
It wasn't gossip. It was much more serious.
It's not my battle to fight, so I don't really want it to get into that.
Yeah, I'm trying. Obviously, I'm trying not to get into it, but yeah. I'm just saying, like, it. You know, that's. I was upset at the time, and then I was like, you know, you can't. I feel it's unfair to just say, oh my God, you like got close to someone I don't like, so you're done. Like, that's not fair. So.
Yeah, it was hurtful. I mean, I'm not trying to say that we were like super close or best friends, but I did have a really fun time whenever we were collabing and making videos, and like. It just
you can't say that. You can't say that. I'm a monster. I'm the worst. Remember?
You were very nice in person, which is why I was totally caught off guard by it. I'm like,
you're destroying my image right now. You're making me seem not horrible in person.
I do my best online, but that's
okay, hold on though.
It did hurt my feelings, as stupid as that sounded. But
I'm sorry for hurting your feelings in that context.
But there are so many other things, like, and that's why, like, that apology, like, I don't want to shit on it, right? Because anytime somebody makes any kind of step towards, you know, bettering themselves in any way, like, I don't want to discourage that at all. But for me, it felt a little bit lacking, just because to specifically apologize for that, in my mind, that was, like, the least of the problems that we've had.
I rate your apology a 4 out of 10.
That's why whenever you texted me, I was like, I said nothing but nice things back. I'm like, okay, well, I wish you the best, which I still stand by. I know that you don't think that, you know.
You don't, though. You don't. You don't wish me the best.
Okay. I do wish you the best. I don't like things that you say, and I disagree with you, but I wish you the best. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. Like, I'm not evil.
If I wished you the best, I would never make a video that made it seem like I hated you on any level. And you made a video. I didn't watch your video, but I did see the title. And the title said, Why I Hate Onision. After you said, you wish me the best.
I made that video with that title because of your video saying, these 3 people hate Onision. So I'm like, this is why you would say that. If you actually watch, and see, this is like kind of, this whole debate thing, like, I'm glad that we're doing it because we can talk it out. But it
I can actually hear what you're saying.
Right. It sounds a little, it feels weird for me because you're going to make arguments based on assumptions from videos that you haven't watched. And if you had actually watched them, then you would understand, or haven't watched. Maybe you have. I'm glad that I'm making hilarious jokes right now. But I feel like if you had watched my video, you would know.
I like what you're saying because it's true, and that it's so true that it's funny because people think that I watch every single video anyone makes about me, and they say it's because, you know, you're an egomaniac, so you have to watch them. It's like I don't, because this is what happens when I watch a video like something that you would make. I see what you say or anyone, then I lose half of my day. Because I lose half of my day making a response video that's about 4 times as long as the original video, and I just can't get into that. So I don't watch the original video because I don't want to feel compelled to debunk people and use evidence and all that stuff, or say whatever.
I get it. I do that. It's not the F words part, but I do debunk.
That's why you don't see response videos or anything like that consistently. For me, with anyone, like you'll see me respond to one person and then never talk about them again because I just said what I need to say and I move on and I don't watch their response videos and I don't look into it just because I can't dedicate that much time to it.
Right, but to me that kind of feels like you don't really care that much about what you're saying because you don't see it through or care to hear a response. And like if you're going to sit here and debate me and say that I hate you and make assumptions based off a video, then maybe you should have watched it. Otherwise, you don't know what I said.
I didn't say you hated me based on my best knowledge. What I said is that you made a video titled "Why I Hate Onision" or something like that.
Yes. At the end of that video, I did point out what we discussed at the beginning of this, that we have a lot of things in common, and that it's sad that we are where we are, and that I hope that there is some kind of good that can come from it. Although I question it. Whether that's possible, but my hope is there, and like I did end it on a nice positive note. I gave you compliments as you did to me, so yeah.
Oh really? This is what people took out of it. Yo, Jaclyn Quinn wrecked you, dude. That's like all people got out of it.
Welcome to the internet.
I know, but like that's what happens when you make a video that says, you know, why I hate Onision or whatever. People don't focus on, you know. So that's all I hear is the negative. So that's all I go off.
If you have a genuine interest, feel free to watch the video where I say nice things at the end.
You told me the nice things. I need to watch it. It's 15 minutes, yo.
Yes, I know, and I get that you have an issue with that. A lot of people do, but I don't know. I cannot let things go. If someone says something about me that I disagree with or I find to be untrue, like, I have to address it, whether it's the most stupid thing in the world. Like you mentioned the thing about high heels, and like I had to mention that was primarily a Nadine thing that I kind of chimed in for a second in her defense. But like even like tiny little things like that, like I have to go over it. Otherwise, it's just like, I hear those things in your videos, and I'm like, nope, and I have to. So that's how they end up being so long.
Did you feel bad for Damien that night? I felt bad for Damien. He's a very sweet person and did not want to get into it. He was Switzerland. That was funny. I felt bad for him because like it just turned like.
Well, that was me. That was me for most of it too, and then I felt really bad because I could see that she was like getting upset. So, but yeah, I mean, it isn't like that's a sidetrack, but yeah, my videos end up being very long because I feel the need to address every single point made against me. Otherwise, it feels like.
Which is why I don't watch those videos, because I would do the same.
But then you ask for a debate over issues that you are essentially not prepared for because you haven't listened to the other side. Like normally, when you ask for a debate with someone, in my experience,
I don't need to be prepared because you're talking about me. I know everything about me. Most everything.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the points that you make that I disagree with. So it's not you as a person. It's ideologies that differ. And how can you debate those if you don't know what the other person thinks?
Here's the great thing is I have the person who made that video right here, and she can
give
me those points.
In my experience, whenever I've debated people, it's because we understand the differences that we have, and then we want to talk about them. But like for me, I would have to re-explain. That's fine. We're already here. So, what would you like to discuss? Because this is a thing that you kind of requested.
What is your main issue with me? Because you've made a lot of videos about me, like a decent amount, and so what's the main problem?
Well, the last issue that I spoke about that you, besides the last one that I made, which was like, yeah, sure, I'll do a debate. Minus the hashtag. But the last video I made was about Eugenia, but it's not really a thing that I want to talk about because...
Yeah, let's talk about Eugenia.
But the thing is I already did in my video, and my point wasn't anything about her specifically, but rather that her privacy, again, this is coming up, should be respected. And that's it.
What privacy did I address? Within the last 6
when you keep hounding a person over and over again, and then you say that you're not going to talk about them anymore, but then you continue to make fun of them or talk about them in a negative way, it's just for me. It came off as bullying. It came off as bullying, and I didn't. It made me very uncomfortable. And
have you Googled all the people who have been affected by her in a negative way? Like, have you? I mean,
I have visited your Twitter and seen your videos, but I feel like a lot of
no. Beyond that. Like, actually, if you did research on Google and saw all the people that she negatively affected, like, actually caused to starve themselves, like, it's pretty traumatic.
Wait, hold on a second. Wait.
It's not like 1, 2, 3 people. We're talking hundreds of people. And if you look at the likes to dislikes ratio on those videos that I've made, it's overwhelming how many people are like, this needs to be made. This is very important. The medical professionals I've talked to, the medical students that I've spoken to, I get like, I'm not a liked person online when it comes to controversy. But when I address this Eugenia Cooney issue, I have an overwhelming amount of people coming to me saying, thank you for making these videos. It's really important that you're saying this. And a lot of people will say, hey, I hate Onision, but this is incredibly important.
Right, so, and I feel like a lot of those tweets and stuff that you get are somewhat solicited because you retweet them and it's encouraging people to tweet things of the sort. But sure. One thing I do want to ask is
let's hypothetically say that 3 out of every 5 of those alleged studies or whatever are fake. Okay, so we still have 2 out of every 5.
You're totally you're making up numbers completely right now.
Well, you're saying that. Are you saying that 100% of those are fake?
I'm willing to guess that a large percentage of them are at least exaggerated. because they want your validation in some degree. But I want to bring something up really quick.
What you're doing is you're saying that these girls who are coming forward saying.
See, and I knew you were going to do this. You're going to spin it.
Well, let me finish. Let me finish my point. You're a smart girl. You probably do. But let me finish my point. You're saying that these girls who are coming forward publicly saying that, my sister was affected by this, my friend was affected by this, etc. That, I don't see any way you could look at this differently. You're saying that they're lying, and you're saying that Eugenia Cooney is honest, and she's the good one. And these girls that are coming forward.
Yeah, I know. I know what you're trying to say. It's like the same thing as whenever a popular person is accused of some kind of sexual assault and all these new people pop up, to even question these people. Like anybody can cry rape, and if you question it, then you're a horrible person just for asking the question. And it's going in that direction.
This is kind of like the Bill Cosby thing, though. It's not like 1 to 13 to 14 or 20 people. We're talking about hundreds of people who are saying that they've been triggered. So you're saying they're all yes.
No, not all of them, but I feel like at least on your Twitter, videos that you post.
Okay,
I haven't done that. I need to do the extra research and stuff looking into that. But at the same time, on the same token, you've come under a lot of criticism. You've come under a lot of criticism for doing saying things online that have made people feel bad about themselves. Do you think that there's even a slight chance that if I tweeted, saying, hey, reply to this tweet and let me know if Onision has ever done anything to make you feel bad about your body?
I didn't say her name when I tweeted. I actually just said, if anyone has caused you to have an eating disorder, let me know. And
come on. You've made so many videos about her. There's no question as to who you're talking about.
Actually, if there were other people that triggered people to have an eating disorder, then they would have mentioned them. But Eugenia was the only person mentioned.
Okay, somehow. I can't imagine how that happened. But I kind of feel like if I were to tweet something like that, I would get a ton of
sorry, that's not truthful. They did mention other people. I believe it was mostly jokes, though. They were referencing.
Anyways, like I said, I feel like if I did that and I asked people to talk about issues that you've caused them, I would get a number of responses as well. But I wouldn't do that because
I'd like to see those. I
don't think it would be fair. You can go online and search people that you've affected. I know that Joy mentioned at one point someone who, was suicidal because of something. And those types of things I tend to just not listen to because I feel like it is being publicized more to attack a person than to promote any specific cause. But I saw on your Twitter, I really want to say something really quick though. I saw on your Twitter the other day, you defending yourself over something like this. You said, you can be upset at people who shame your body, your mind, or life. But if you are confident, they will have no power over your happiness. Does this not apply to other people that watch her as well? Or is it just in your own defense?
We're talking about triggering. It's different.
Exactly. If you're triggered by somebody, what's the difference? If people watch you and they feel bad about themselves, or they watch her and they feel bad about themselves, the point that you made
Why
in
would
this
someone
tweet...
watch me and feel bad about themselves?
Because you call them Shrek?
Huh?
Because you call them Shrek, because you point at someone and say you're fat, or you're thin, or you look a certain way, or you're ugly, or you have acne.
Hold on.
I've seen all this.
Hold on. I have acne.
I'm just repeating what you've said about people in your videos.
What you're doing is you're blurring a lot of stuff together. I didn't call my audience Shrek. I said Trisha Paytas reminded me of post-transition Fiona as a joke, which I thought was hilarious, and a lot of other people thought was hilarious.
So it's hilarious when you do it.
It's hilarious when you talk about a public figure that way, yes. If I pulled up a picture of a random fan and I said, you need to lose weight, you're 4,000 pounds, maybe it would actually be good for them if they were actually, really heavy. But, this is the thing. Whenever I make videos, for every person that you would have say, this person has made me, starve myself or whatever. For every person that would say that, you have an enormous amount of people who say that I have helped them accept their body for the way it is. Because I have this thing where if you're 5'5" and you're anywhere from 115 to 200 pounds, there's a good chance that your body looks really great. And that's a fact. That's how, my ex-girlfriend, she was 5'0", 180 pounds, and I never had a problem with her weight. I did say at one point that the doctor would consider her medically obese, but I didn't, and she got really upset about that, but that was just fact. She literally was medically obese, but not by my standards.
Right, okay. My point is, though, that the second part of your tweet, if you're confident, they will have no power over your happiness. You said that in defense of yourself, and if you truly believe it, then it applies to her as well.
Not necessarily.
And it seems hypocritical.
Not necessarily, because we're talking about me
if you're confident, you have no power.
Sure, but that doesn't change the fact that people get triggered by certain individuals. Like, I'm doing body positive stuff, and the only person who's going to be triggered by me is somebody who's like actually like legitimately like potentially giving themselves diabetes, etc. Not people who are already skinny, and then they see a picture of Eugenia dancing around looking like she's about to die, and they go, "Oh man, I want to be this person about to die." Do you see that?
So you don't think
this is apples and oranges, because you're comparing somebody who's actually triggering people to get in shape versus somebody who's triggering people to kill themselves.
You're missing. You're misunderstanding what I'm trying to say. I feel like you're missing.
You're talking about a single tweet where I made a point that was true, but didn't exonerate.
I just saw it. I saw that tweet, and all I could think in my head was how hypocritical it was. Because if you're saying if you're confident, then no one will have power over you. But then you go on and on and on about her triggering. People don't have to watch her. No one is forced to watch her.
But do you expect a 10-year-old girl to have the confidence to overcome Eugenia? I don't. I expect a 10-year-old girl to see her and be heavily influenced if she's a person who's self-conscious. And that's not something that you expect. 10-year-olds arends supposed to be strong. 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds are not supposed to be strong.
Again, I talked about a lot of this. I talked about a lot. Well, I hope that 10-year-olds aren't watching your videos, because that would be not a good influence. But seriously, some of the stuff that come on my channel too. To be totally fair and honest, like I wouldn't want a 10-year-old watching my channel either, of course.
Just by our video titles are just that
right.
alone.
Like it's not really the greatest place for kids.
Well, YouTube is 13+ only anyway.
Right. So I talked about a lot of these things in my videos. I just, I don't like to speculate about anything going on there. I just felt that it was bullying, especially like, man, I know that you say that the ONISION channel, your main channel, is comedy, and therefore you can say and do anything that you want, and if it's offensive, it's just comedy. You can't take a joke. But like, man, that cooking show video, that was cruel. It was cruel. Like,
I have two sides of myself that are at war. Okay, I have the side of me that wants to be,
that's called being hypocritical. That's like the definition. You have to be consistent. There's no consistency. You're all over the place.
But at the same time, you could say that I respect myself as a human being, and that I have this honor code or whatever about a lot of issues. But then I go and make a total asshole of myself on my channel on a regular basis. I'm not off limits. Like, I've regularly humiliated myself on my channel.
If you were humiliating yourself, that's one thing. But you are targeting another person.
The point is, hold on. Here's my morals. And most of my morals, not all of them, but my morals are here, okay? And my need for comedy is here, okay? So I can say, this is like, terrible, blah, 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 but I'm a comedian first. So
you think this is like mitigating, like anything?
It's not mitigating. I'm just telling you the truth. Like, if this makes me look worse, that's fine.
I realize, I already know that. Obviously, that's true, because if you had stronger morals, you wouldn't do things like that. So clearly your desire for comedy is higher. I already know this. I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy.
Everybody, first of all, this doesn't make it okay, but you should understand that you are a hypocrite, and everyone on planet Earth is a hypocrite, okay? It's
People can be hypocritical at times, but it's important to form some kind of consistency.
We're constantly hypocritical. Human beings are constantly hypocritical. Every single one of us. For instance, do you care about planet Earth?
Okay, Greg, you're kind of trying to dodge the point here a little bit by saying everyone's hypocritical. If you cared about Earth, you wouldn't drive a car. I get it.
Stop.
You're deflecting hardcore right now.
I understand where you're coming from. I don't like straw man stuff, so let's go back. I am saying that I am wrong about having this two system approach to the Eugenia topic.
Right.
There's a part of me that has a hard time resisting talking about how serious this is, blah, blah, blah. And there's another part of me I just refuse to censor myself comedically. Refuse to. So you have this side that basically what you're doing is you're looking at a joke that doesn't violate any policies or anything like that, and you're saying this shouldn't be allowed because you're this person who says these things about caring, etc. Thing is, I want to be both a comedian and I want to be a person who cares, but I can't be a good comedian if I'm holding back. And so that's the dilemma. And it makes me, in so many ways, I would think that would be probably a hypocrite. And that's fine. That is worth the backlash if I could still tell that fucking joke. I want to tell that joke. So I told the joke. Okay, and it was awesome. It was funny. Just like the like the Trisha Paytas Fiona thing, okay? I wanted to tell that joke because it was funny. So I told it. Yes, so I could go social justice warrior and I could be like, you used to hurt feelings with that. It's a joke. I joked. And it was maybe a hurtful joke, but I kind of like hurtful jokes. Even if they're at my expense, they're funny. Like, okay, for instance, Billy the Fridge made this whole thing about the menage a trois that I had a while back, and he said that he was Billy the Fridge, like Billy the Fridge was Billy or whatever. Like that's what he called himself, and he was just making a big joke about it. I like that. That's funny. Because it's just a joke. It's nobody's serious.
It's just a joke.
But what you're trying to say, and it's fine that you're saying this. You say Jesus Christ. All right, I'll shut up. You go ahead.
I'm just trying to say that it may be difficult for people to take your advocacy for things seriously whenever you do a total 180. It would be like Nicole Arbor it would be like having Nicole Arbor preach about not body shaming on one channel and then making dear fat people on the other and being like, well, it's comedy, and people, expecting people to be okay with that.
Was dear fat people a joke?
She tried to say that it was all in the name of comedy. Yes, that's how she tried to play it. She's like, I'm a comedian, and that's kind of how she spun that.
You know what would be really funny is that Nicole Arbor made a response video to that video talking about how horrible the person who made the video was, pretending that wasn't her. I would love that.
That would be funny, but I'm saying that's kind of what you remind me of right now. If Nicole Arbor were to have a channel where she just advocated 100% for body positivity and then on her other channel made dear fat people, like that is you. And then you expect people to take your opinion seriously.
If people, okay, well, aren't both valid?
What do you mean?
Isn't it valid?
They're totally, they totally contradict. They're complete opposites.
But they're both valid.
But it doesn't seem...
For instance,
how can you believe a person really cares if on one channel they're being really mean in the name of comedy, but really mean about a topic, and then acting on the other channel like it's the most important thing in the world to them?
Let me put it to you this way. Let's say I want clean energy. I think clean energy is an amazing thing. But I work for the fossil fuel industry. Okay? Are you saying that I'm no longer allowed to work in clean energy because I'm a hypocrite because I work in the fossil fuel industry?
I mean, it depends. If you work for something that's damaging to the environment, and then you're like a huge environmental activist, like two different jobs, it's not really the same. You can't really make the comparison because you're like an outspoken activist, right? It would be like me being a total animal rights activist and then working at a slaughterhouse. That's a good comparison. Yes, that does clash.
So comedy is a slaughterhouse.
I'm making yeah, dude,
Okay, I think the fossil fuel
brain cells. There we go.
I think the fossil fuel industry was a better example because the comedy was at someone's expense, just like the getting fuel is at someone's expense. It's at the Earth's expense, but it still achieves, a quality video. So,
okay, my point is that it's very hard for anyone to take that kind of thing seriously whenever you're being
that's fine.
Kind of horrible.
Some people can't accept that I'm a person with a sense of humor, a dark sense of humor. And
I love having a dark sense of humor. I just think it should be kind of consistent.
No, because comedy and morals are not like, okay, for instance, not Dane Cook, but Daniel Tosh could be against people getting raped. But then he made that joke. Wouldn't it be funny if that girl got raped? Like, that was him telling a joke. That was horrible. But that doesn't mean he wants to go rape people.
We're talking about a specific person, right?
I'm talking
about Eugenia, a specific person who you have made countless videos being horrible to and causing her obvious distress.
Like 9
only
videos.
Only 9. Okay, only 9 videos. Only 9.
I haven't counted.
Jesus Christ. Only 9 videos. Okay. So
I haven't counted. I'm just saying it's like probably about 9.
Okay. And then you go on and on about how much you care about her, and I call bullshit on that.
Say how much I care about her?
You say that you care about her, and then you make fun of her and pretend to puke in a toilet. And I find those two things too different, not funny, and very hypocritical.
So I don't care about my mom when I made a whole video humiliating my mom?
I'm talking about...
Like, it's the same thing. Like, I made videos about a lot of people.
If you made fun of your mom on one channel and then made another video on another channel saying how horrible it is to make fun of your parents, then yes, I would say that's hypocritical. But you can't just make broad, generalized statements. This is a very specific thing that you're
being general because right now you're saying that you're using a poor analogy because you're saying that I said that it's horrible to make fun of people. I didn't say that it's horrible to make fun of people. I said it's wrong.
If you were to make fun of your mom on one channel and say it's bad to do so on the other, that would be hypocritical.
I didn't say it was wrong to make fun of Eugenia.
Right, that was an example that I used.
Did I say it was wrong to make fun of Eugenia?
No, it was an example that I used. I'm saying if you made fun of your mom on one channel and said on the other that it was wrong to do so, then I would call bullshit. But you can't do something that's clearly hurting someone on one page and say that you care about them on the other. That's all I want to say about this. This is kind of going in circles now, and I think
you would like to move on because you know I'm about to make a very key point.
Oh, that's definitely not what the reason is, but go ahead.
Okay. All right, so you keep saying that I would say it's wrong to make fun of your mother, and then I make fun of my mother in a video. I don't recall ever saying, hey guys, don't ever make a video making fun of an eating disorder or Eugenia, because I'd be so offended and then go do that. You're acting like it's direct hypocrisy.
I never said that. It is direct hypocrisy to do something that hurts someone and then say that you care about them. You're not making fun of thin people. It was a very specific person. It was targeted. So it causes distress. It's hurtful to her. So don't pretend like you care about someone and then hurt them.
So if you're someone's brother and you laugh at them when they trip and they fall down, that means you don't love them. That's what you're saying. You're saying if you make fun of someone, you can't care about them. That's literally what you just said. Your point is totally valid.
It's more than making fun. It's more than making fun. There have been potentially 9 videos, and it has been something that she's been asking you to stop doing. Like, she's not attacking you. She's not responding with hate.
Where'd she ask me to stop doing that?
She's been asking you to leave her. Watch her YouNows, and any YouNow that she just. I just don't. She doesn't want this. She doesn't want this.
Eugenia Cooney, if you see this ever or hear about this ever, just write me an email and say, please stop, and I'll never make a video about you again.
You promise? I haven't. You promise?
Yeah.
If Eugenia says, "Onision, I don't want you to talk about me anymore," you would for real though this time not do it anymore.
Yeah. I'll promise.
And not just saying it, you would actually stop because you said it a few times and then.
Well, I said that there was a video that was my final video, and that was because I wasn't seeing any progress, and then I went back and checked on Eugenia down the line, and I saw that she was getting even worse. So I was like, fine, do this again.
Okay, you know what? I feel like we just reached a good point here. So if she says that, which I'm sure she will, then you're done. That's great. That's like all I wanted to hear. That you're gonna stop.
I know.
Yeah, perfect.
But let's say one more thing. I've had people who made 50 or so videos about me, and it wasn't like I have this eating disorder that's killing me and inspiring other people to kill themselves. It was just like they wanted me to stop existing, essentially. And yeah, I asked them.
I don't know if you've seen. I even tweeted about this. People who want to ban you. I will never support that because I don't support censorship. But,
just like I didn't support banning Eugenia Cooney when people wanted to ban her. People say I did, but I actually said the video I didn't.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I asked this person to stop making videos about me because it was like they were literally like 40 in the 40s of videos about how many they made about me.
Yeah, that's kind of insane. But
yeah, and I was like, you need to stop. You need to move on. This is bizarre, and they refused to say that they would stop. But if Eugenia really wants me to stop making videos about her, I had none planned in the future. But normally I go off my forum, and people go to the forum and they suggest.
Well, you talk about it, and then you stop, and then you go back to it, and it's kind of like a cycle.
It's based on the audience demand. I have a forum where people suggest video ideas. So if you see me talking about something,
it's very obvious that her
7 out of 10 times when I talk about Eugenia, about anyone, it's because someone suggested it. So.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you probably get, thousands of suggestions a day on topics, and since it's something that you've discussed common, there have been like common discussions on this. Of course, you're going to get probably several requests a day to talk about it. But at the end of the day, it boils down to what you would like to talk about. And I think that, obviously a lot of the videos on her get a lot of views, and that's a giant incentive. But I think that, hey, if you're gonna stop at her request, then that's all that I would need to hear, and that would make me happy. So
that and the views aren't really the views aren't really there for the Eugenia topic anymore anyway. So
whatever it is that causes you to like.
I feel like the views wouldn't be there anymore because this isn't an interesting topic to a lot of people anymore anyway.
Whatever the reason that leads you to that conclusion doesn't matter as long as it, is amicable.
Yeah, all anyone has to do if they have a problem, like with the content I make, and they're a part of it, is just to ask. That's it.
Well, then very great. This is good progress. What is there anything else that you wanted to debate? Like, I don't know. Like, that was kind of the only thing that I figured. Is there something glaring? That was one of the biggest things that I was very, because I feel bad for that whole situation, and I don't want to get into it, but it was making me pretty sad. So I got
defensive over something that hundreds of girls were saying it was triggering.
The feelings that
you were sad that the person triggering them.
You can frame this and word it however you want and try to make me sound bad, but I could see someone was hurting.
You're protecting one person, and
Did we not just come to a conclusion?
No, I'm just talking about your position and mine. You're protecting this one person, and you're enabling her because you're not doing anything to help her other than say.
How do you know? How do you know?
Because I've already tried.
That shit online.
I've already tried that. Okay. My first video to Eugenia was me saying, "Hey guys, we should actually consider that she's fine and that she knows what she's doing." And then she got skinnier after I made that video, and I was like, "How could you possibly get skinnier than that?"
But didn't you say in a video that you weren't helping her?
I saw that there was no.
What you were doing was helping her, but you continue to do it.
Should I ignore her? Should I just let her die in silence?
If you want to contact her, then there are private ways of doing so without making her straight online.
I did contact her, and she said that she was fine, and she refused to even really address the issue, just like anorexic people do.
This is very, very repetitive at this point. So I thought we came.
No, that was new information. What you got was an answer that you didn't like because you were going to say, "Did you try contacting her?" And you expect me to say, "No, I didn't try contact her," even though I did. And you're like, "Oh crap! Well, this is just."
It doesn't matter. No, that's fine. You can do whatever you want.
You got an answer you didn't like, and so you're trying to drop the topic because you're not winning.
You tried to contact her. It's not about winning. You tried to contact her, and that's fine. I'm glad that you did that. You're trying to. At no point is it okay to make it public. I feel like this is like just going in circles.
That's a totally different topic.
It's funny. I just feel like we're
all over the place.
No, I'm not. I've said the same thing the entire time. It should not be on the internet.
Stay on the issue. The issue is actually helping her, and I've contacted her privately. I've done a public support video for her initially, and then she got skinnier.
A cooking show.
And a what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Oh, the cooking show. That was different. That's a different video. I'm talking about the video where I actually was very supportive. It was very well received. In fact, every single video I've seen on Eugenia, aside from the comedy video, was very overwhelmingly positively received. And when you have tens of thousands of people standing behind you going, "Yes, this is right. Yes, it is fair."
No matter what you say,
and then you're sitting here saying we should just let this happen. And do nothing.
I never said that. I said it should be handled privately.
What are you doing? Have you contacted her privately, tried to help her?
I have been in private contact with her, and I'm not going to talk about the contents of our conversation because, like I said, this is a private thing. And it's a private thing. How is that?
Wow, Jaclyn. You can't just say that you've tried to help Eugenia.
I'm not going to say any conversations. That's the thing, privacy. That's like a thing you don't understand.
Because you haven't tried to help it. Because if you tried to help Eugenia, you would say it.
Okay. Greg, this is ridiculous.
It's not revealing private.
No, it is actually. It is.
Because you're wrong.
It is.
Because you're wrong.
Sometimes people like to have private conversations.
You're an enabler, Jaclyn. You're trying to let her suffer.
This is very manipulative. Because I don't want to divulge private information, you're saying that I'm not doing anything. And
all you have to do is say, yes, I tried to help her.
You can speculate all day that you want, as much time as you want, but at the end of the day, all it is speculation and manipulative to try to corner me into saying something that I'm clearly not going to say publicly.
The fact that
so let's move on. We've come to a conclusion. You've agreed to stop talking about her if she so requests, which I'm, guessing that she will. So if there's something else that you would like to discuss, then I'm willing to do it.
You're going to take steps to make sure that she dies eventually without anyone addressing her issues. Without anyone writing her and saying, hey, this needs to stop. All her friends are going to stand around, watch her die, and act like everything's okay. The best friend of an anorexic person is the lack of confrontation, so they can continue to starve themselves. You know what saves? You know what saves? Right. I've spoken to a ton of anorexic people who have written me regularly, and they all say, or most every person who actually recovered says that somebody had to take matters into their own hands and get that person to a rehab center. Friends like you who don't do anything, who don't address the issue, you're just enablers, and you're helping her die.
Right, Greg, you can speculate all that you want. I'm saying that you're not helping. You've admitted before that you're not helping. You know that your videos aren't helping. And I don't believe that you truly care about her.
I said that I didn't see any progress from my videos.
No, that's not what you said. I have it in my video that I made about you, and I know that you say that you haven't watched it, but if you so choose to, or anybody watching so chooses to, I cut out a clip of you in a video saying that you were fully aware, self-aware, that the videos that you were making about her were not going to help. And you do them anyways, and then you try to say that you're doing them in the name of helping her, and then you badger people like me who try to handle things in private and act like you're the white knight fighting armor doing something when you know that you're not. You're lying.
Actually, that's false, and I'm not lying. Where's the lie?
Watch my video. I have a clip of you saying that you're fully aware. Because you said in a video that you're fully aware that what you're doing and what you're saying is not going to help her. You know that it's not going to help her, and then at the end of these videos, you try to say that you're helping her, and then you come after people like me saying, what are you doing to help her? Well, you're certainly not in any place to criticize.
Pause. There are numerous people who have come to me saying that the videos where, actually a good portion of the people who come to me, they said the videos that I made about Eugenia woke them up and made them stop trying to idolize.
I've said this so many times. People are going to tweet you compliments. Some of them I'm sure are genuine. Or email you. I don't care what the medium is. They're going to contact you.
You don't care that these people are being helped. You don't care that these people are being helped.
I'm just saying, people will
you don't care that these people are being helped. You don't care that these people are being helped.
I love that people are being helped.
You literally grin at the idea of me being shut down on this issue. You're like so excited over this continuation of talking about Eugenia Cooney's starvation of herself and her triggering of audience.
So many times. We ended the conversation, we're ready to move on, and then we got back into it, which is very frustrating. So I thought that we came to some kind of... Okay, great.
Yes.
All I'm saying is that I feel like
new information is not circles.
So the conclusion is that if she asks you to stop, then you will stop, and I feel like that's. I
think it's anyone's obligation to stop talking about someone if they ask you to stop talking about them.
Okay, well, I'm glad that we've established that for future reference.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm happy to talk about anorexia in general because those videos have helped a ton of people. The Eugenia
I don't doubt that they have helped people, but I feel like you can make those types of videos in a way that is not targeting someone specifically.
Here's the thing. When when you just say like in a title that these types of people suck, a lot of people don't really care. But when you say this person that's triggering individuals kind of sucks because they're doing this and they're not even willing to address the issue, etc., people care a lot more because it's about a specific individual. People love the drama. And the drama helps more people get help. Like this, you understand YouTube. This is why you make Onision videos and not, I don't like YouTubers who do things and describe it like me, because that's not going to get us as much attention. I
do that all the time. I do very generalized statements. With you, I use your name specifically because you're specifically mentioning me, and it's a response. So of course I'm going to use your name. But if you before we had issues, right? You would say things on the internet that I disagreed with. There were a few things, but I never felt the need to target you or make a huge deal about it until we started having beef and it was personal. But like, there have been people in the past that have done things that I have thought have been extremely morally objectionable, and I have made videos saying blank actions make, you know, these negative things happen as a result, as a consequence. There are so many times I could have targeted a specific person, yourself included, and I haven't, because I don't feel like it is beneficial. And I've said this so many times before. If you want to make a point and you want to attack a person, you have to like decide whether or not you want to attack a person or talk about a topic that's important to you, because those are two totally different roads. It is.
No, they're not.
It is.
If you want to make
the videos
I made
you make,
many points about anorexia. I made many points about anorexia. Helps a lot of people who have suffered from anorexia. If you just ask people to tweet you their stories, or
right, if you ask people, that's exactly what I'm saying. If you ask people, if you solicit responses, people are going to be more, you know, more than happy to do so. And but the motivation shouldn't be validation for you.
People, hey, let me know if, you know, you graduated with a 4.0 GPA. I'm not going to get a bunch of people saying that they graduated with 4.0 GPA who didn't. What I'm saying is when you ask for something specific, you tend to get majoritarily honest responses on Twitter and in general.
According to what? You're making stuff up. According to what research?
There's no motive.
Yes, there is. They want your validation. You're somebody that they look up to. They follow your internet stuff. They think that you're a celebrity of sorts. They would love for your acknowledgement to happen.
If they look up to me, they know I despise liars. So that wouldn't be them seeking validation. It'd be seeking condemnation.
It is so clearly people seeking validation to some degree. I don't want to discount everyone, but you have to admit that that's got to factor in.
Well, you're also
to totally ignore that. To totally ignore that, you've got to be kidding me.
Ignore what?
You can't. The fact that a lot of these people who reply to you are trying to seek your validation, and you have to understand that it's solicited to some degree.
You literally sound like somebody who could easily wind up in the same nest as a rape apologist.
I didn't understand that last thing you said. Could you repeat it?
You sound like someone who could wind up in the same nest as a rape apologist.
Right, and that's why I made that comparison before. Because if you even question somebody's intentions, even question them.
You're on the wrong side.
I'm not on a side. I'm on the side of truth, right? So it doesn't matter if I'm questioning.
Which is why you validate the majority of people who come forward.
No, it's not a majority. I'm just saying you have to say that you have to admit and acknowledge that is something that will factor in. I'm not taking the side of a perpetrator or a victim.
When you're invalidating people, you're using your minds to invalidate these people with your argument, saying that some of them or all of them are fake. And when you do that, you are helping.
Some of them, I'm sure, are. I'm sorry. Some of them are.
So what you are admitting is that my videos have in fact helped multiple people, or Eugenia's videos have triggered multiple people, or both. And the point is that Eugenia is one person, okay? And the videos I've made have no doubt helped multiple people. So
right, and I'm saying you could easily make the same videos without
what you're saying, but they wouldn't get as wide of a reach. It's a fact.
And that's the only thing that you care about. That's your primary concern.
Helping more people. That's all I care about.
Getting views. That's your primary concern.
Helping more people, though, is what it's doing.
You've admitted before in videos that that's why you do this. That you know the drama gets views, but you didn't say in that anywhere that it was a factor.
I've spoken multiple times in those videos, saying, first thing, helping people. Second thing, helping Eugenia. Third thing, it gets people's interest. Okay.
Yes, and I took that clip and responded to it.
Okay, from now on, because you're not interested in views and you're so much better than me, I want you to title all your videos 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just the numbers. And you can be
you can title the video why anorexia is bad, or beating anorexia, or how to, overcome anorexia, or how to deal with depression. Not like so-and-so person.
You're being absurd because of the fact that you know this effective. For instance, you put Eugenia Cooney in your titles as well. Okay?
One video, and that was defending her. One video ever.
Enabling her and attacking people.
I wasn't talking. I didn't talk about her hardly at all in that video. All I talked about was the absurd way that you were attacking her. I'm not even saying that it's horrible that you mentioned her a couple of times, but I'm saying there are certain things that you have said, certain videos that you have made that are horrible and are borderline bullying another person. I'm not even saying that I'm not saying that everything you've said is even wrong, but there are certain ways to approach things, and you're clearly over the line. There's a line, and you've crossed it, and that's all I'm saying. There's a way to handle things. There's a way to phrase things without being horrible to another person, and you can do that. That's always an option.
Tell that to the numerous people who have said that I've helped them, their sisters, their daughters, etc.
You can help them, Greg, without hurting someone else.
But you can't even say that would be guaranteed that those same people would be helped if I chose a less effective marketing strategy.
Okay, this has gone in circles enough. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to move on. All I wanted to hear was that if it was requested that you would stop bullying this person, and I feel like that is something that you agreed to. So I'm happy with that.
I've established that you are on the side that is against people who have been helped, because you would have gone a different route and you would have gotten less views.
No, I'm not. I've made videos on body positivity before. I've made tons of videos on body positivity.
Compare the video views. Compare the video views. How many views did your body positivity videos get versus actually addressing a specific person?
I did it with one of my friends. It was a collaboration, and it was a long time ago. But like I've done.
Take the views. Take the views of all the Eugenia Cooney videos I've made. Look at the likes, the dislikes on all those videos that are on ONISION'S
bandwagon. You're getting views because of her name and her notoriety in this area. You're taking and you're using to your advantage.
More people, because people are pulled into this topic, and they're pulled in and they're forced to face this issue.
Are you frozen?
Of anorexia.
Is it?
Anorexia.
I can't hear you at all. I hear like a robot. Is it just me?
I think it's just you. Look at the comments.
Okay. Hopefully it clears up. But I heard a robot for a bit. But like seriously, let's like it was glitching for a second. Okay, he froze. Okay. So